Children, continuing with the session, let us discuss a few more questions on arithmetic mean. Now this second one, according to the second one, it says if this expression is the arithmetic mean between A and B. Arithmetic mean between A and B means exactly one arithmetic mean between A and B. So if this expression is equal to that arithmetic mean, you have to find the value of n under this condition. Moreover, A is not equal to B, that is mentioned. Now let us write this in equation in terms of arithmetic mean between A and B. So the given expression is equal to A plus B by 2. Because one arithmetic mean between A and B will be A plus B by 2. Now rest all is simplification. If you see cross multiplying 2 here, we get twice of A to the power n plus twice of B to the power n. And then cross multiplying this with A plus B. So A to the power n minus 1 into A, then A to the power n minus 1 into B, plus B to the power n minus 1 into A and B to the power n minus 1 into B. Then rearranging the terms, you can see we can shift A to the power n to the left, we can shift B to the power n to the left. So this is 2A to the power n minus A to the power n, 2B to the power n minus B to the power n. Keeping these two terms on the right hand side. Now difference of these two will become A to the power n, difference of these two will become B to the power n. Again right hand side as it is. Now we'll rearrange the terms of this equation. Shifting A to the power n minus 1 into B to the left and B to the power n to the right. See over here I have done shifting of the terms. Then you make out from here what all is common among the given two terms. If you look at these two terms, you can take A to the power n minus 1 common. So from here one A will be left and from here B will be left. And what about these two? From here you can take B to the power n minus 1 common. So this is taken common. So we are left with A here and one of the B in the next term. Now focus on this equation. You will find this is a common factor on both the sides. Now if I cross multiply these terms, like cross multiplying B to the power n minus 1 in the denominator and this A minus B in the denominator of right hand side. Because they both have common exponent, we can write it as A over B whole with the exponent n minus 1 and these two get cancelled out, we get 1. Why can we cancel out these two? Because it is already mentioned A is not equal to B. So the difference will come out to be some number other than 0 and both will be same. So cancelling out both we get 1. Now can we write 1 in terms of A and B? You can see a number raised to the power, a non-zero number raised to the power 0 using the law of exponents is equal to 1. So we can replace this 1 by A over B whole to the power 0 or index 0 or you can say exponent 0. Now because bases are same on both the sides, so their exponents have to be equal. That means n minus 1 will be 0, which gives us n is equal to 1. You can verify your result also with n is equal to 1. You can check here. If you replace n by 1, you will get the expression on the right hand side only. This will become A, this will become B. And this will be A to the power 1 minus 1, that is 0. So A to the power 0 is 1. This is B to the power 0, which is 1. So 1 plus 1 will reduce to 2. That is the term on the right hand side. So the value of n is 1. Okay, check the next one. It says between 1 and 31, m numbers have been inserted in such a way that the ratio of 7th and m minus 1th number is 5:9. So 1 and 31 are two numbers given to us. Between them, you are inserting m numbers. I have named those numbers as A1, A2, A3 till Am. So these are the m numbers which are inserted between 1 and 3. So this is the new sequence we obtain. Okay. Say this sequence is making an AP. Now if this is making an AP, then these are all arithmetic means. This is first arithmetic mean, second, third and the mth arithmetic mean. So if these are the arithmetic means, then the common difference can be defined. Common difference is b minus a over m plus 1. Means number of terms inserted plus 1. So m numbers we are inserting. So m plus 1. B is 31, A is 1. So D becomes 30 over m plus 1. Now let us use this condition. What are they saying? The ratio of a seventh and the m minus 1th number. So the seventh number among this. If A1 is the first number, A2 is the second, A3 is the third, that means A7 is the seventh number. In the same way, m minus 1 is the m minus 1th number. Now take their ratios. So according to the given condition, what do we know? A7 over am minus 1 is equal to 5 over 9. Now A7 can be written as A plus 7D. Please recall, how did we write A1, A2, A3? A1 is A plus D. A2 is A plus 2D. A3 is A plus 3D. So A7 has to be A plus 7D. In the same way, A m minus 1 will be A plus m minus 1 into D. This is equal to 5 over 9. Now over here, the value of A is known to us. It is 1. You can see in the sequence, the first term is 1. D also we know, which we can substitute. First, let us simplify this entire equation. So taking cross multiplication, 9 into 1 is 9, 9 into 7, 63. Then multiplying this entire thing with 5, on the right side we get 5 plus 5 times m minus 1 into D. So shift 63D to the right and 5 to the left. 9 minus 5 comes out to be 4. Among these two terms you can take D common. So this is 5m minus 5. And on shifting 63 to the right, it is minus 63. So this whole times D. Minus 5 and minus 63 will reduce to minus 68. And putting the value of D, which is 30 over m plus 1. So you can see on both the sides 2 is a common factor. We can cancel out this common factor on both the sides. So here I am only left with 2 and this will be 15. Now again go for cross multiplication. You can cross multiply m plus 1. It multiplies with 2 and we get 2m plus 2. And on the right side it is 15 into 5m minus 68. So you expand it and then go for calculation of m. This will give us 75m minus 1020. Now bring 2m to the right. 75m minus 2m will be 73m. And shifting this to the left, you can see this gets added to 2. We get 1022. That means m will be 1022 divided by 73, which comes out to be 14. So you can see the concept of arithmetic mean, how it makes it convenient for us to simplify few of the cases. Now children, some special APs which can be used when we come across these kind of questions. See the condition I have written. We are going to use it only if the sum of terms is given. Then only it is useful. Suppose they say the number of terms in AP is 3. 3 terms are only there and you know what are their sum. That means on adding them what you are going to get. Then instead of taking routine terms like A plus D, A plus 2D, you can assume these as the 3 terms. A minus D will be the first term, A will be the second term, A plus D will be the third term. And see how it makes our work easy if the sum is given. If you know sum of these 3 terms, then on adding them you will see plus D and minus D will get cancelled out. And you will get thrice of A. And because you will be knowing the sum, so you can quickly find what is A. So that is how it makes our work easy. And the common here, first term is A minus D, that you have to keep in mind. And what is the common difference? D. In the same way, if the sum of terms is given and you know number of terms are 4, then you should assume these as the terms of the AP. A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. Over here the common difference is twice of D. And the first term is A minus 3D. Again you can check. If I add all these 4, minus 3D plus 3D gets eliminated. Minus D and plus D, they cancel out with each other and we can find the value of A. Again, if the number of terms are 5, then the terms can be assumed like this. A minus 2D, a minus d, a plus d, and a plus 2d. Now in this case again the common difference will be d. Okay, but we will be using them only if we come across any such question where they say the sum of terms is given.